to get more points from your MemeFi tapping or any Telegram mining airdrop, how to get more points, how to use the auto clicker to simplify your mining process and also get more points. So I'm going to focus mainly on MemeFi, okay? But the first thing you're going to do is that you want to go to your Play Store to download uh, the auto clicker, okay? You want to go to your Play Store to download the auto clicker. So you go to your Play Store and search for auto clicker, okay? Search for auto clicker and then okay, so you search for auto, yeah, auto clicker right there. So you're going to see a lot of them, but the one I like the most, or the one I use, is the GC auto clicker, okay? The GC auto clicker, so which is, let me try to annotate, so which is this one right here that says GC auto clicker. So that's the one that I that's the one that I use, okay? Sorry. And so it's the one that has one of the very high positive rating and has more than 10 million downloads, okay? So this is the one I use. The others two may be good, but I've never had any problem since I've been using this. So you install and then you open the app, okay? So you run the app and then if you're going to be using this for the very first time, it's gonna so I'm gonna proceed. Don't need to pay for anything. I'm gonna use the restricted version just like that, and it works very fine, okay?
Start driving with InDrive and get a chance to win 10,000 naira fuel voucher.
So it's gonna run ads, and since you're using the free version, you have no choice than to allow the ads to run. So you close the ad when it's done. And if you're going to be using this for the first time, it's going to ask you to turn on your accessibility. It's going to ask you to configure to allow some accessibility settings. So on my phone, let me see if sorry, this is taking too long. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me see. Sorry for making this too long. Just want to show you like yeah, accessibility, and it's gonna tell you to okay. So you go to accessibility, but the app should take you there if you're installing for the first time. It's gonna take you there, but I just want to see like what needs to be allowed, okay, before you use the app, okay? So I'm gonna come here and turn on, so you can see it's already turned on, but just in case it turns off after using it for a while, or if you're using it for the first time and you've not yet turned this off, so you're going to turn this on and it's going to be able to start running. But you can also enable a shortcut. What you see here at the corner of my screen is the accessibility. So once I tap that, the accessibility page quickly comes on, okay? So now that we've activated that, we can now go back to the software and click on start, okay, right here. I'm going to click on start right here, And sorry if this is going to be taking too long. I just want to follow all the steps and show you everything you come across before you set everything up. So apologies for the length of the video. So you're going to click on start, and it's going to ask you, okay, so this is what I mean by the app itself will tell you to activate the accessibility page, the accessibility settings, and we can go there. I think we've already done that. I don't know why. Okay, so it turned off, but right now we're now going to turn it back on again. So click that and turn it on, allow, and you're gonna have this. So yeah, so these two settings are gonna be ticked, and then we can now proceed to, I close that page, so you can now proceed to use the app. So you click on start right here, and I'm going to show you what I mean, what I have by this configuration. So if you're going to be using it for the very first time, you can set some conditions, but let's do this as if we're doing it for the first time. So click on new config. All right. So what you have, single, you just need to use it, any of these two. Okay, any of these two modes are good. So the difference is that this one allows you to click on one spot of your screen per time. Okay, on one spot of your screen per time. And then this second one can allow you to click multiple points on your screen per time. So as you're mining, you may not be tapping the exact same spot all the time, but it doesn't really matter. So you can use the single point mode, but or while still having this multiple points mode, you can still be using the single point mode in it. Just that at other times you may now choose to set multiple points, but you may now choose to set multiple points. So we're going to click on this second one right here. Okay, and click on start. All right, I'm going to click on start. So what you have here is a list of all the icons that you're going to need while you're using the app. So we're going to go to Telegram now and see how we can use all these icons. Okay, let me interpret all these icons and how we can use them to mine. So let me minimize this by clicking on this bottom icon and simplify the view. So we're going to go to Telegram now, and we're going to go to your meme file. For example, you could use it for other apps you're mining. So if you go to your meme file and you click on N, so while the meme file bot comes on, you now can see what we have here. So let me start explaining so what you have here. Sorry if, like I said, this video is going to take long, so I'm going to be explaining, like taking time to explain every single part of the auto clicker so you understand how to use it to the maximum level. So what you have here as this one here is telling us that you want to place this icon on any part of the screen, and that is where it's going to be tapping and tapping to get to the point. So I can drag this here and specify that, okay, this is where I want it to be, and all the time that's just where it's going to be tapping the bot, tapping the coins she gets. So but you can, if I press this, so I said I'm going to show you every single part of the board. So I'm going to come back to press that icon at the bottom. So it now elongates and gives you the full display of that. So if I click on this second one, okay, I click on this yellow one, so you can tell it to do multiple. So you can see two. I tap it again, you can see three. So you can tell it to be tapping at three different spots. Okay, so after I click on one, it's going to click on two next, it's going to click on three, and it's going to be clicking just like that. But I don't really need that. Okay, but I still like this mode. I still like to have this option, okay, in some rare cases, but I don't usually use it. So you can click this, look at this minus we have here. So you're going to reduce. So if you keep on tapping the yellow icon, you just be having you just be having higher numbers, higher numbers, higher numbers. But you click on the minus, it's going to bring it. So you're going to go back to one. Good. So now we're back to this one. So every time I just need one spot. Okay. So that's gonna be, so this play button is to allow the board to start tapping, the auto clicker. Okay, it's gonna make the auto clicker start tapping whenever you're ready. All right, and then this icon here, sorry, this icon here, if you tap that, is for configurations. Okay, or if you want to save what you have configured. So I'm going to explain what I mean by configurations now. And then this auto clicker is to take you to the app. Okay, it's to take you to the app. So once you click that, you can see that it took us to the app, and you can come there to do whatever you want to do. Okay, you can come there to do whatever you want to do. So this eyes you are seeing here, function of these eyes is that, so let's say I minimize. Okay, so let me try to minimize by clicking on this plus, this symbol right here. So once you minimize, okay, you can turn off this, those eyes are to turn off this icon. So let's say you're doing something else, you are reading WhatsApp messages, you are going to YouTube, you are going to, and this icon is going to be following you everywhere. So you don't want the two of them to just be, sorry, you don't want the two of them to just be following you around everywhere like that. So you can choose to turn off these eyes. So you can see that that's one, that icon has disappeared. And if you press back, turn on the eyes again, it's going to bring it back again. So just to simplify your screen and not to bring too much of complexities. So which other parts have I not mentioned? And then this settings, it's just for your if I click on that, it's to, so you can actually tell this app to, okay, this, this app should actually continue tapping for you. Okay, the app should continue tapping for you until you stop it. Okay, so you don't want it to tap for maybe 10 seconds and stop. You don't want it to tap for 1 minute and stop. So you want it to never actually stop. Okay, so you don't need to change this setting. Okay, you want it to always tap. Then this anti-detection, okay, this anti-detection is for I was trying to annotate. So that anti-detection, you can turn it on or off sometimes, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really the material mining is not a complex stuff that you need to avoid detection, so it doesn't matter. Once you are, the speed you're mining at, what's important is the speed you're mining at. Okay, is sorry, the speed at which you're clicking at. Okay, the speed at which you're clicking at. So I'm going to minimize this again and turn on those eyes. So when I turn on those eyes, then I'm going to say, so this part is also very, very important. So this same icon, this same one that we have here, you can use it to configure the speed at which it taps your screen at. Okay, so if I click on that one, okay, this one we have here, you're going to see that it's going to bring us a timer. So 100 milliseconds means that the rate is actually going to be very fast, sometimes too fast. So let's say I agree, okay, and do for 100 milliseconds. So once I tell this to start tapping, okay, once I tell this to start tapping by clicking on this play button, you notice that there may be glitches sometimes, okay. You're going to see that sometimes there may be glitches, okay. You can see the way is okay, this one is partially smooth, and but sometimes you may just see some glitches. So 100 milliseconds may be a bit too fast, so I'm going to click on that same symbol one more time and increase the timing to 200 milliseconds. So sometimes maybe the RAM of the phone or the memory of the phone or some other factors about the phone may make it glitch at a particular speed. But generally, once it's just too fast, no matter the capacity of the phone, it's not good. So you want it to be between 200. Either I use 200 or 300. Sure, you get. You either use 200 or 300. So for me, I now increase it to 200, okay, to make it not too fast so that it not be glitching with the screen. Because sometimes your MIMFI will lose points whenever the speed is too fast. I need to reload again, so you have to start all over again. So this is what I mean. This 6000 that you have here. So after you've allowed the bot to the auto clicker to click and you've exhausted it, if the speed is too fast, it's going to reload all over again, and those points will be deducted at the top here. So that's why I said it's very important, because you don't want to be repeating the same step all over again. Okay, so click on that one again and you set it at 200 milliseconds, and you can now save this configuration. Okay, you can now save this configuration. So you come back again to that same plus icon, okay, and try to save this configuration. I've saved it as the first configuration, but just because I'm explaining, so you can now call it configuration 2 or whatever. You can call it 200 milliseconds configuration or whatever name. So you save it so that you can be able to use it anytime you restart the auto clicker. You can be able to, so that you won't be setting the speed all the time. Okay, so you can just go with that configuration. So now that I've set this to 200 milliseconds and we start tapping, okay, let me minimize this. So you just see that it's gonna automatically, so you just be watching it and it's just gonna be clicking by itself and maximize all the points. Okay, it's gonna maximize all the points till we're down to 0. Okay, so the bot is not going to stop, the auto clicker is not going to stop. So you really want to, once you can see the countdown is close to 0, you just really want to tell it to stop. Okay, so sorry once again that this video is just taking so long, but just to make all the parts understandable, okay, all the parts of the auto clicker and the settings you have to put on your phone as well. So the video is a bit long. So you can get the Telegram, you can get the MIMFI bot itself as well. It doesn't stop your auto clicker from running. Okay, if you get the Telegram, sorry, you go to your boost, all right. But at this phase now, whenever something comes up on your screen, you can't actually do anything until you pause this stuff. So even if a message comes in, you want to swipe down, you can't swipe down until you pause this stuff. Okay, you'll be even sometimes. I think you may not even be able to pick a call. I don't know. Can't really remember, but you need to allow it to. You need to either pause it, then do whatever you want to do. Okay, before you can be able to use your screen like you normally do. So we're finally down to 0, and you now be the one to pause it by yourself. Okay, you're going to be the one to pause it by yourself. And so what I usually do now is that for this level, this is at level 11. Every tap gets me 11 points. Okay, so I've noticed that it takes 26 minutes for this uh, stuff to refill and get back to 6,000. So this is what I'm referring to. This total number of coins you get in a cycle. So it takes 26 minutes. If I was previously at level 4 before I purchased higher levels. So at if you're at level 4, where each tab gives you 4 coins and each cycle gives you 2,500 coins, it's gonna take you 17 minutes. Okay, I think that was okay. It's gonna take you 8 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna take you 8 minutes. Then yeah, it's gonna take you 8 minutes. Okay, it's gonna take you 8 minutes. But for this level right now, for this level 11 right now, it takes me 26 minutes. So what I usually do is that once this stuff is exhausted, okay, once this stuff is exhausted, I'm just gonna, hey Google, okay, so you can just use that to set an alarm, and after 26 minutes, you come back to start the process all over again. Okay, but let me go back there again. Sorry. So, if for example you are not in a position whereby you are always available to always come and start all over again with the auto clicker, you can. So I can leave this to continue tapping even after the points are exhausted. So you're just going to leave your screen, make sure your screen doesn't lock. So you change your settings, and so you just leave it like this even after it's back to 0. So once it rolls and fills back to 11, or because every tap gets me 11, so it needs to get to, so you just see that it's going to continue. So you can leave it like, so let's say you want to sleep at night, you can just leave your screen like this. Okay, make sure it's not locked, and just turn on your internet and let it continue going like this. So every time there's an increment, to just continue tapping like that till you wake up, and you're gonna see a lot of. So it's like you're gonna be mining 247 with that part. But let's say you are at a point where now you can't. Maybe you are at church, or you're at school, or you're at work. So you can still leave it like this again, and it's just gonna continue tapping like this at every increment. You may not need to wait for a full cycle. Okay, but if you're now available, there's time, and but you don't want to be distracted, so you can just be using alarms. Okay, you can just be setting alarms, and every time the alarm rings, you now come to bring the auto clicker. So it's going to be very easy because you're not the one doing the tapping. For those of us who were hand tapping not coin all those times, it took a lot of time. Okay, so I'm going to also do this for Amster. Okay, hamster combat, but I'm not really serious with hamster combat. A lot of my attention was just on memify. Okay, so if you have hamster combat, this one, the speed can be increased. So I can increase the speed to 100 milliseconds, but you can still use the same speed like that, the same configuration, but this one is much faster. So if you, so like I said now, you put the one on anywhere on your screen you want to tap, okay, and it's just going to be tapping very very fast like that. So you can stop it and still use the same, you can just use that same configuration we used for memify, and it's also going to be, you can see it's more it's a bit slower now, so it's just going to be mining and mining like this for you. So but for hamster, I like it to be fast, okay, but if you don't want to go through the stress of always changing this, then no voila, sure you get. So you're just going to continue tapping like that until it gets to zero, very very fast, very very fast, okay, but you don't want it to be this fast for memify, right? So that there won't be glitches and it won't be making you lose points and start all over again, okay, and start all over again. So this is, I don't need to waste much time on this, but let's let it finish. Okay, so I think we're now down to zero, and you now stop it from playing. Okay, once it's at zero, so you stop it from playing. So if it's this one you also want to mine overnight, you just allow it as well to continue like that. So whenever there's a small increment, it's just gonna tap. Whenever there's a small increment, it will tap. A small increment, just keep on tapping like that. Sure you get. So, but memify is more valuable. Okay, memify is more valuable because the supply is even limited. The supply of this is just 1% of not coin. If you go to coin market cap, you're going to see that this supply is actually just 1 billion. Okay, the supply is the supply is actually just can close these eyes. So the supply is just 1 billion. Okay, what I see here is that the maximum supply is 1 billion, which is 1% of the supply of not coin. So there's a possibility that this gets as strong as not coin itself, okay, or probably come close, check it, or surprisingly even surpass it. But let's see what happens. So this now, you can press this X to close this, and sometimes it may close by itself if it has been staying for too long. So once I press that X, you can tell it, you can close directly. So if I click on close directly, it's just going to close directly. So when the alarm rings, I'm going to turn it on again, but I usually leave it, check it, but just in case it doesn't mess up with all of your screen and clutter your page. So let me just stop right there. Sorry for making this video too long, but I believe I've exhausted every possible aspect of how to use this auto clicker. Okay, so let me try once again. So you're going to go to your auto clicker and start it. Okay, you start it. So I've already saved this configuration before. Okay, so I'll click on this play button. Okay, and you click on normal mode setup. If you click on game mode start, they want you to buy the premium version, so just click on normal mode. Okay, normal mode startup, the one down. So I can now minimize this, go back to my memify. That's 200. Okay, that should be 200 milliseconds. So I think the one I saved before was for 100 milliseconds. So I need to save this second one and call it okay, you can even name it as memify mode. You get? So it's now gonna be tapping for you just like this until it gets down to the very last level. So let me just stop here. Thank you for asking the question and thank you for watching.